environmental justice. My name is Margot Gage, Dr. Margot Gage, and I am assistant professor. Challenges that many communities go through.
Is perfect. Wait, I love you, Mama. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was all fun and games. Hashtag quarantine life. Hashtag COVID-19 lockdown. Hashtag homeschool. Let's have a little fun. Let's make some videos. Get this class online. Nobody expected for me to land in the ER less than 72 hours later. This is the face of someone who truly believes that she's dying. It's important to go back to the beginning. 2 weeks before I landed in the ER at UTMB in Galveston, I was in Amsterdam. I'd visited Paris with my family. I'd spent time in Belgium. COVID-19 was in the news. I knew it was going to be a global health problem when President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence came on BBC News.
While the risks to Americans remain low.
As a social epidemiologist, I understood the term risk, but I didn't agree with them on being able to claim that the risk to Americans remains low, because all the data wasn't in to form such conclusions. As a global health specialist, I saw something different happening in Europe. I saw the disease traveling quickly across countries. I only agreed with them that we shouldn't panic. I still agree that we shouldn't panic. Nothing good ever comes from panic. But people were already becoming nervous in Europe. What I saw in Europe was Asian people walking around in hotels with masks on. So that was pretty weird to see. Never seen that before. I read reports about Asian people being discriminated against on the subways and on the street. Parisians were blaming them for this virus coming into their country. Chinese Lunar New Year parade was canceled in Paris. Early on, coronavirus was framed as a Chinese problem, especially in Europe. The general feeling was the Chinese people have brought this to our country. This is going to affect Chinese people and not us. And there was even distinctions Asians wanting to make distinctions amongst themselves. I remember being in line at the airport when we were getting on the plane to head back to America when coronavirus was really starting to pick up. And a woman had a big button on her blouse that said, "I am from Taiwan, I'm Taiwanese," so that she wouldn't be accidentally mistaken for a Chinese person.
Okay, I'm getting ready to take my last walk in the Netherlands because my plane leaves tomorrow to Texas, and it's coronavirus crazy out there, so I'm interested to know what it looks like on the food shelves. Yesterday I went to the store and I couldn't get hand soap. It was super difficult just to get hand soap. This morning I woke up and I looked at the internet. Bowl.com is selling a hand soap bottle like I just showed you for $20. Number one, the best thing to do is a lot of hand washing. So that's why I went to go stock up on soap and on the little hand sanitizer bottles, but I couldn't find anything in the store. It was empty. The shelves were empty here in the Netherlands. I'm going to go out today and see if I can find some.
Can we go?
We just need to realize what the myths are and bust them. WHO has a great site about it. You're not going to get it from sitting next to a person who looks Asian, okay? It's not that all Asian people are carrying the virus. So remember that. For those of you who have like old medicines like stacked away in your medicine cabinet, not gonna cure it because it's a virus and not a bacterial infection. So those are things to keep in mind. So come on with me as we go on our walking tour to see the traces of the coronavirus in the Netherlands.
So my thing is like, you see how they have all these breads open and stuff when we got the coronavirus, the COVID-19 going on? That's nasty.
Stick on bed.
Yeah, it can stick on your bread. If somebody comes in here and coughs on this bread,
Then you don't get it. It don't survive on a fucking bed. Yeah.
you better hope not.
Can it just get it if it's in the air? Then you get corona.
Yeah, on my bread. They're gonna start needing to close the bread up.
No, you're crazy. Please, let's go. Ik ben helemaal paranoia.
They only have like a couple of hand soaps back here. That's all of the medicine. Everything's been tampered. Single paper has something on the coronavirus on the first page. I got to see early on that COVID-19 was going to be a big deal. So the first thing I did was get on the phone with my mom who lives in Texas, and I told her to get to the store and purchase essentials because this is going to be a problem. We're getting ready to head into a disaster. And Americans just haven't been told this yet. Americans were still discussing Kobe Bryant. So I'm getting ready to check in on my flight, and here's the latest information on the coronavirus. Everything, all flights to and from mainland China are suspended, and passengers traveling to the United States of America a question us about if we visited China. So we don't know how long this is going to be going on for, if it's really going to die out when it gets warmer. I doubt it. Yeah, I think it's too congested to stay here. Yes, it's better to get out of here. It's going to be widespread here in Europe, yeah. I think we got to get out of here as soon as possible. Yeah, absolutely.
And how is that it's in the States?
Let's take a look.
In the States is very big, huh?
Where is COVID-19 in USA? Okay, they have one in a nursing home. Okay, so here's a live blog. So Saturday in the US, first death. If you look at this map, the best place to be in right now is Africa. What?
What's going on? Why have to go to Africa?
We're not going to Africa.
Is there a new storm?
No, there's no storms, and we're not going to Africa. I want everybody drinking one of these today also. Good. The kids should be also.
Drinking one of what today?
Vitamin C. So we're going to be nice and strong for our plane ride. Because you see how congested Europe is? Oh, Portugal's also good, but if you look here, look, and you hit this, wait, look, 100. It's spreading like wildfire fire here. We're to America. Does the number pop up like with the other countries? 11 to 100. But America's so big. You know, but here everything is so close together, so boom, and it's got that community spread, so the chance of spread
So we need to get our butts on that plane before it's too late. It's just like the movies.
When I was in Amsterdam, I remember telling my husband that COVID-19 reminded me of a movie. And then several weeks later, I chatted with a good friend who also spoke about COVID-19 being directly a total sci-fi Will Smith I Am Legend movie. Just imagine, if the COVID-19 droplets everyone is talking about that lives on surfaces for hours and can fly around in the air after we sneeze or breathe was actually visible to the human eye. I mean, like, what if it was life-sized? We would all be much more terrified. We would embrace the hashtag stay-at-home demands and hashtag COVID-19 lockdowns. We would all be hiding behind our windows with our guns ready. No one would want to come out of the house. We would hoard our protective supplies for our American essential workers. We would give more consideration to homeless people who are super vulnerable to getting COVID-19 and easily spreading it in our communities. We would realize that the prison population needs protection because the guards are just going to bring their sickness back to the communities, our communities. America would be in total lockdown. We would realize that we will be lucky if there is an economy even left after the disaster cleared. Knowing what I know now, I doubt I would have ever left my house to head to the airport. But I did anyways.
Have you been in China the last 2 weeks, man? Have you been in China the last 2 weeks? Have you been in China the last 2 weeks?
No.
We just landed in Houston and I spotted my first mouth cap down there. Just one though. So they're walking us through here to the other side? We have to go to the other side. Come on, let's go. We have to go to the other side because there's like nobody here. Oh, look at all of these gloves and face masks that they have. There's nobody here.
There we go.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. There you go.
Let me have my receipt, please. Thank you. Because everybody kept their receipts.
Mm-hmm. Got one.
Where are you guys coming from?
Amsterdam.
I need your fourth finger right here, please. Thank you.
Okay, so in America, they didn't ask us anything. They didn't ask us where we had traveled to. They didn't ask us if we'd been to China. They only wanted to know how long we were gone. That's about it. Well, let's read the signs. I'm not sure. That's all they wanted to know. So they just let everybody in, and the entire place was deserted. There was like no foreigners on the foreigner side. Nobody is traveling. Nobody. Like, there is a huge drop in traveling. Do you know what that means for the economy?
And that man.
Our plane ride illustrates how a virus that transmits from person to person can easily get into American borders. And this is a prime example of why global health matters, even in small rural communities like the Southeast Texas town where I live. Nobody stopping to check us out. We're all just walking through. Exit. About a week after I got home, mass panic buying started. And for some reason, everybody started buying toilet paper for a virus that causes respiratory distress. 10 days after returning from Amsterdam, my first symptoms started to appear. It began as slight chest pain, and then 2 days after experiencing the slight chest pain, it increased to the feeling of an elephant sitting on my chest.
When did you start to get sick?
I've had chest pain now for a few days, but last night my symptoms got worse. I have sore throat, but the sore throat is like at the bottom of my throat, like hard to swallow. And the chest pain is down like right in between my breasts.
You bringing up much stuff when you cough?
No, I'm not coughing a lot.
What about wheezing? Do you notice any little musical sounds in your chest?
No, my breathing is not that bad to where I'm wheezing. No, but it feels like I've exercised.
Good. Most importantly, your temperature has been within the range of normal limits.
Correct.
All right. Well, I think you're you know, as a person of interest as far as the possibility of coronavirus is concerned, I think, well, we need to figure out the best thing to do for your cough and sore throat, and I can certainly call medication that would suppress the cough, that would help to make your throat feel better, that probably would help you to get over this, probably would not hurt if you took a 5-day course of Zithromax, you know, like a Z-Pack, just to make sure we've got you covered as far as bacteria are concerned. What it does is it gives you a couple of tablets a day and one tablet for the next 4 days. And it hangs around for a while to give you some antibiotic coverage. I think if you keep yourself well hydrated, take the cough medicine as directed, and just give yourself a chance. Are you working?
I work from home. I'm a professor, so I don't have to.
That's good. So you don't have to get out and intermingle with the populace.
No.
That's a good idea. Do you have any questions?
As far as the body fatigue is concerned?
You know, from a medication point of view, there are all sorts of simple approaches you can take that would probably help as far as the body aches and the like are concerned. But I don't know how much you've done to this point. Have you taken anything like Advil or ibuprofen or acetaminophen or any of those things?
I took Alka-Seltzer. That helped. That
Well,
helped.
it's got aspirin in it.
Okay.
That's basically what that is. And those are just the same sort of medicine, it's just a different species. Did you find that was satisfactory? I mean, there's nothing wrong with Alka-Seltzer. It's just if you don't mind taking it and it makes you feel better, that's fine.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Anything else? I tell you the one thing, if you start having significant temperature, you know, above 100, you need to let me know, and we'll do other things. But the Z-Pack is designed to keep you from getting progressive chest congestion, etc., and
Gotcha.
possible infection.
Okay, I understand. Okay. Alrighty.
And we have your pharmacy on record.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will call those two things right now.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, let me know if you have any, especially fever, if you have any problems, okay?
Will do. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And I hear it all and I see it all.
So I'm picking up my prescription. And the antibiotic is not covered under insurance. So we'll see how much this costs. Right now, when I go outside, I have really bad chest pain about right here. And with rolling this window down and all this stuff, as you can see, I'm like mouth breathing. If I do have it, I've just touched that button to call him. I will be touching the plastic canister to get it. I will have touched my cards to pay for it. and they are all going to be touching it. And we know that it lives on surfaces. And that's how quickly COVID-19 can spread. So my doctor gave me antibiotics, and I'm going to take these. He also gave me some pretty heavy cough medicine with codeine in it. And one of the side effects of this cough medicine is that it can cause serious breathing problems. So I'm not going to take this. Energy levels are already low. So what I'm going to do is tonight is take some more CBD, because CBD is known to help with respiratory problems. So I'm going to keep taking my CBD, and I will introduce this antibiotic to my system. I might get some side effects of diarrhea and abdominal cramping, which I'm already having, so perhaps it might exacerbate that, but we'll see. I'm not opposed to taking it, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out before I go to bed. I'm gonna eat first. Nights seem to be the hardest. I don't know why. Maybe because it's that I'm more tired. Last night and tonight, last night and the night before, I almost passed out. Tonight, I really feel pain here. Hurts to talk. I'm really exhausted. I didn't manage to finish my class today like I had hoped. I'm almost there. I have one more day left, so I hope that I wake up tomorrow, take my CBD here in a minute, my antibiotic pill. Kind of afraid to take it because yesterday after I took it, I started shaking. But I really hope that we all make it through this. Today we updated our will. It's the worst thing in the world to be thinking about where you need to place your children in the event that something happens to you. I want nothing more for them to soar high and they're taken care of.
Like the glass, though, we have a mask. You need to put this mask on. Ik heb in ieder geval een masker gescoord. Dus good. See that?
Where am I supposed to be dropped off at?
Yeah, and then you go straight in and you see they know you're there.
We raced to UTMB ER in Galveston, Texas because I had difficulty breathing. I was rushed into a private room. My children and husband were not allowed inside the room. The doctor and nurse wore full protection gear. I was tested for COVID-19 and flu. Blood and urine analysis was done, EKG and chest x-ray carried out. Ventilator equipment was next to my bed in the event I would need assistance breathing. At about 2 a.m., all the tests came back except COVID-19. That would take 7 days. Since all the other tests were normal and I did not need to be on a ventilator, they let me go into the community. Just like that.